When you hit it, it's going to be hard. It's going to sound like this. Today I want to share with you on how to buy used vehicles in Canada. I almost said South Africa, but anyways. So guys, if ever you find yourself in Canada, I'm sure there will definitely be a point in time where you might want to buy a used vehicle, where you might want to get yourself a ride. Even if it's not used, maybe you might want to get yourself a vehicle in future, whether being used or new. But I want this topic to touch more or highlight more on the used vehicle side, simply because that's where I'm very good at. I feel like in Canada, a lot of people actually want to get there, especially when they get in the country. I mean, Canada is a land of opportunities, so after a few moments or after a few months, people tend to get their own vehicles. And sometimes I do have clients that comes to me, it's like they really don't have any idea about the vehicle that they are planning to buy from me. And sometimes they reach out to me, depending on the car I'm selling, and they'll be like, hey, I'm interested in the vehicle. I would like to bring my mechanic to check it out. If it's good, I buy it. Can we take it for inspection and all that? And I'm like, well, anyhow you want it, I'm selling. So if that's how you want to roll, then sure, I'm ready for that. Sometimes they also reach out and yeah, like, when last did you service the vehicle and all that. I feel like people do not actually, some people, let me put it that way, some people do not have mechanical knowledge. Some people don't know much about vehicles and all that. So maybe after watching this video, you'll know how to go about it. You'll know what to expect whenever you go out there to get yourself a used vehicle or a vehicle. So yes, the first thing that you may want to have a look at whenever you are buying a vehicle, I mean, obviously you've called the person, you've booked an appointment, now you are there to view the vehicle is in front of you. The first thing that you need to do not open the vehicle, don't do anything, just go around the vehicle, check the whole vehicle, all right? Check from back, front, whatever side, underneath. And this is actually more suitable for Canadian vehicles, simply because in Canada, I don't know if that's because of the weather, I don't know, but majority of the vehicle does have rust, okay? Most of the cars got rust on them. I don't know why that is the case, but it's a very common thing. Unlike in South Africa, Ghana, there are vehicles that got rust, but mostly the vehicles that got rust are vehicles that are like old vehicles, okay? These are vehicles that are like way back in the 90s, or maybe an accident vehicle. But in Canada, you may even see a vehicle which is like 2020 with rust on them. It's very common. Just like this vehicle that I got here, this is BMW X5. This is the 3-liter SI. Let me just show you something. So I don't know if it's visible, but there is rust here. There's another one here. Like there is minor rust here and there that you can easily spot. And well, I wasn't planning to show you guys the number plate, but it's something that I had to show you guys. So getting vehicles with rust on them is like a very common thing. And this is something that you can't do away with it, okay? It's normal, it's natural. You can't, and some people say, I'll fix it. I mean, rust is rust, and you can take it to the body shop and fix it. Rust is like chronic disease. It's something that grows. So when it gets to a certain spot, well, if it's small, you may do away with it. If it's in a position, especially if your vehicle is not like that strong, if it's not made with a good material, the rust will extend. So today you see it here, maybe in 5 years' time, it might be on the whole portion. So whenever you buy in a vehicle, the first thing that you should do, like I said, just tour around the vehicle, assess the vehicle, go side and side, underneath, check all around of the vehicle. This will also depend what type of vehicle and I mean the agreements, the description that the person posted. For instance, I do have a truck at home which has massive amount of rust. And this, I mentioned already in the description that the truck has rust all over. It's mainly good for parts or farm work. With that, I've already mentioned that it's got rust. This is the problem and all that. So if someone comes to me and still try to search out for like a good body, I feel like you did not read what I posted. You don't know what you are looking for. You didn't check the photos, because everything is mentioned. I did state that it's got rust. So if the person stated that, okay, this is the condition, it's got rust and all that, then obviously you know what you are getting. But if it's not mentioned, if you are paying high amount, let's say anywhere from 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 up, 10,000, 15K up, and the person says his body is in good condition, no accidents and all that, go in, inspect the body, go around, check underneath, and look out for rust. If there is rust, my advice is maybe you should talk the person down on the price, or maybe you shouldn't buy it, okay? It all depends on how much the vehicle is going for. Sometimes with the low range, like 1,000, 2,000, I won't bother if it's got minor rust on it. The next thing that I would like you guys to check whenever you are going in for a used vehicle is to see or verify if the vehicle was once in an accident, okay? And this is something that some people actually check when they come to me. Some also don't. Sometimes I don't even bother to verify, because if I'm selling a vehicle for 1,000 or 2,000, I mean, what I care much about is the engine and the transmission. The rest is nothing to me. But if you are paying high amounts, I mean, if you are paying big money, and if the person did not state that the car was in an accident, or maybe if you check your Carfax on the internet and the history of the vehicle says it has no accidents, just verify, do your research. Sometimes there is a device that they sell, which I wouldn't recommend you buy, because I mean, you're buying a vehicle once off, there's no need to buy that device. But if ever you have more money to spend and you want to get it, you can buy it. So with that device, when you touch the vehicle, it's gonna beep and tell you where an accident impact once occurred. So this means that there's massive amount of body work done at a certain portion. So in that case, it's gonna beep a lot when you put that device onto the car. But if you don't have money for that device and you still want to verify if a vehicle once had an accident, I will show you how to do it. Let's just say you go around the vehicle. If you're starting from here, just knock this portion. Okay, so you knock, you check another side here, and then you knock. This car wasn't in an accident and there's no body work done on it, so it's very difficult to tell you. But how you can tell is that once you knock on the vehicle, the sound is going to be different. So if there's no accident, the metal of the frame of the car sounds a bit lighter. You can hear kick, 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 kick. But if there is an accident on a vehicle which was fixed or done with body works and body filler and all that, when you hit it, it's going to be hard. It's going to sound like this. You feel that the sound is not the same as the other side of the vehicle. You can feel like this sounds very heavy as compared to the other side that you hit. Sometimes that's not always the case, because some of the body parts of the cars, they use different materials, but you won't miss it, okay? Another way to tell is when you're buying it and you want to verify if it was once in an accident or it has had some body respray or body work done, just try to step back of the vehicle. And you'll see that it looks very funny with regards to the paintwork. So the paintwork will look very rough. It's not gonna be smooth. So step away a little bit and then try to observe from different angle. You will see that the vehicle has a rough paintwork. That is another way to tell if a vehicle was once involved in an accident or had a poor bodywork or something done to it. Another thing that I would like you to check whenever you are buying a used car in Canada or wherever is to assess the vehicle mechanically, okay? So after you've inspected the body, if everything is good with you, now you go to the mechanical side, all right? So you get in the car, you ask the owner or the person in charge for the keys, of course. Without the key, you can't start it. So you get the keys, and then before you start it, you put the key. Don't start the vehicle yet. Turn the key on. Wait. Just listen to how it sounds. Do not start it. Make sure all the lights are showing correctly, okay? So when you turn, I think it has 3 stages. So you turn the first one, you turn the second one, it's gonna give you the dash on the light. And then the next one is to start. Do not start it. Just turn it on, wait a while. Look at the dash, the lights on the dash. Make sure all the lights are on. Engine lights, oil lights, everything must display. When you turn it on and you don't see the engine lights, it simply means there is a problem, okay? So sometimes what happens is a vehicle might have an engine problem, which triggers the engine light. So people then remove the engine lights bulb so that the person will not be able to see that the engine light is on. So this is the cluster, and then the cluster is made of bulbs in it. So when an engine got an issue or when something happens to the vehicle, the lights goes on. So if you don't see the lights on, which means the person removed the lights of that particular, like if it's engine lights, which means he removed the lights of the engine lights, just so you don't know something about it, okay? So you should always look at, that's just a few seconds job. You tell it, don't start it, just wait until you see all the light, you check it very quickly. If you see it, then you still don't start it, you just leave the key where it is, and then you go in front. Now you open the hood, you check the oil, okay? You check the oil. Most of the vehicles have dipstick. If you don't know what dipstick is, by the engine bay, there is a red, normally it's red, some are orange. You see it over there. So you pull that out and then you check the oil level. Check, most of the dipstick has markings. So it will tell you where it's minimum, where it's maximum. So if it's maximum, it's good. If it's minimum, it depends on how minimum it is. If it is like halfway, it's normal. If it is completely low, please run away, okay? Please run away. So if it's completely low, you don't want to buy that vehicle. And you should also check the condition of the oil, all right? So sometimes if it's a petrol or gasoline engine, the oil gets very dark. If it's a petrol engine, it's not, well, it's supposed to be like that, but when it gets too black, like very dark, which means the person wasn't getting the service done, which I won't say don't buy it, okay? Sometimes people get lazy, sometimes people get too busy. So it all depends on the overall condition of the car and how you feel about the vehicle. If you still want to take it, try to get the price down so you can still service it. If you don't feel the need to get it, it might give you problems, then please don't, okay? Servicing a car is very necessary. I just got mine done today, I mean like a few hours ago. In the morning, I took it in for oil change. I changed my service, everything. And in Canada, when you change oil, the mechanic, the person that does the oil change, place a sticker in front. I'll show you guys. They place a sticker on the windshield. So you will know when the last oil was changed and when the next oil is supposed to be done. So you should also look out for that. If it's not on the windshield, chances are the person took it out simply because he or she does not want you to see something. Next thing that you should do is to check the coolant, all right? Coolant in Ghana, the water, okay, the water bottle, where the water for the engine is, open it up, okay? Open that bottle and then check the cap. Check if it's smooth, check if it's fine, check that, all right? If you check that and it's milky, okay, if you see the cap got like milk, it's got like milk, chocolate milk and some vanilla, some flavored drink going on there, another way, run away. Don't just leave the key and run, okay? Just disappear if possible. If you open the coolant and it's still fine, the next thing that I would like you to do is to open the engine oil cap. So you open the engine oil cap and then you view it. If it's okay, if it looks oily, that's fine. If it looks vanilla chocolate, brownish, milky shake and all that, amarula, please run away. You don't want that vehicle, okay? Because it's going to cost you your entire life. You might buy the vehicle for probably $2,000. At the end of the day, you might end up spending extra $5,000 or $6,000 more. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So unless if you're a mechanic and you know what you are getting and you want that, then that's fine. You can buy it, sort it out, change head gasket, buy new engine, that's your problem. I mean, with that, you have a mechanical knowledge, so you're not even supposed to be watching this. So if you open that and everything is fine, it looks sharp, you've checked the engine bay, everything, then the last one that I would like you to do is look at the side of the engine, like the little corners, and check if there is oil leaks. Unless if the person didn't mention. If the person mentioned that it's got oil leak on the vehicle, it's leaking, then obviously you know what you are getting. But if the person did not mention, check the side and see if you can see oil on the engine, like some messed up oil, dust, debris of old oil. Check that as well. Sometimes it happens when mechanics are filling up the oil. It's not supposed to be too much. If it's too much, then there is a problem, okay? But if you also check that and it's clean, everything is looking neat, then you can close the hood and then it's time to start the vehicle. But before you start the vehicle, I want you to observe the interior, okay? So you check the vehicle, you look on the roof. If the roof is not falling, you look at the seat. If the seat is not torn, that is if the person did not mention. But still check. So you check all that, you look at the dash, look at the miles, the kilos. If it's up to your satisfaction, then you check the tires, look at the condition. I mean, in Canada, tire is a big deal, okay? Due to the weather, because it's like snow here is a big thing, and if you don't have good tires when the snow is here, chances of you getting accidents is very high. So tires in Canada, it's a big deal. Unlike South Africa, we don't care. We don't care. I can just pass by Attridgeville, Pretoria West, and get some cheap tires for a car real quick. And I don't even care whether it's bold or not, as long as it's driving and it doesn't have any leaks. But here, the tire type, the condition of the tire really counts, okay? So if the tire got more treads, it's good. If it's winter tires and it's winter, it's good. If it's summer tires and it's summer, it's good. All right? It all depends on how much you are paying for the vehicle and your expectations. But if you check all that and everything is good, now you start the vehicle. So you start the vehicle, try not to be so excited. I do know that when you get inside the car for the first time, the excitement is there, you don't get the time to like do the necessary stuff. I understand, but calm down, okay? Calm down. And before you do all these checks, also try to inform the person selling that, hey, maybe I'm interested in the vehicle. I would like to book an appointment to come view the vehicle. Can you maybe give me like 30 minutes or 20 minutes to check the vehicle? If he approves, then you do all the check. You don't want to go to someone's vehicle without communicating with the person and then you start opening engine cap and all that. If you do that to me, I would take my key and chase you away, okay? A lot of people do that shit. It doesn't show respect, okay? You don't just come to my house, open doors or you without asking me questions. You must ask. Can I open your car? Oh, can I start it? Oh, can I open the hood? These are the questions that you need to ask the owner. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there is some military thing going on up there. Try to talk to the owner of the vehicle. Try to ask questions. Like, do not go being like a fool. Don't go frowning your face. It's not the World War II. Go in a happy mood. Try to give the person some vibes in a way that even if you don't buy it, you guys are still in cool terms, okay? So you go, hey man, long time. Don't even say long time because you don't even know the person. Why am I even saying long time? So you go in and be like, hey, how you doing, man? Nice car. So why are you selling it? Oh, it looks good, man. So how long have you had it? Like, try to ask some reasonable questions concerning the vehicle. Oh, nice, man. So when did you do your oil change? Oh, I see, man. It might be very fast, huh? So how is it on fuel consumption? Like, is it good? Does it cost a lot on fuel? Oh, $100 per month. Oh, nice. Insurance? Oh, I pay $50. Oh, nice. Oh, damn. Have you had any accident, man? Oh, okay, yeah, man. I had one guy who was speeding with this car. Like, just try to build some conversation so the person selling will be in the mood, because you don't want to go looking like your problems are bigger than his. He already has his own problems. That's why he's selling his car. So try to like give him some hype. Try to build some connection so that even if you check it and it's not even up to your satisfaction, you guys are still cool. If you go in frowning like you are making him a favor, it doesn't make the business sweet. I do know what I'm talking about, okay? I have a little over 10 years in this business. So if I'm saying this, yeah, I'm still young, but I started this game very long, okay? I do know the shit I'm talking about. So just try to do all the necessary stuff and all that. And some of the vehicles, especially some of the new vehicles, when you open the glove box, you might get like the service history, when last it was serviced and all that. That is a bonus. So you can go through that and know the history of the vehicle, when last it was done, where it was done, the type of oil and all that. So that is out of the equation. The last thing which I was talking about is when you get in, you turn the key on, you start it, you listen to the sound. So when you start it, you guys do know how an engine is supposed to sound. If you don't know how an engine is supposed to sound, try to check some YouTube videos before you go. So petrol engine is supposed to sound smooth, okay? It's supposed to sound very quiet. Not like ga, 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 ga. If you hear that, then there's a problem. There's something wrong. There's an engine knock, timing chain, or something which is going to cost you your entire life and your family together. So just listen to the engine. If you hear any abnormal sound, maybe you might want to call a bigger mechanic or an experienced mechanic to also verify to tell you if you should go ahead. But if the engine sounds smooth, then I think you can go on and negotiate prices with the person. But this also depends on the type of engine you are getting. If the engine is a diesel, then it's a different case, because diesel sound different from petrol engines. So if it's diesel, it sounds a bit more noisier than petrol. I have two cars, so I have this car, I have two of them, one petrol, one diesel, and they both don't sound the same. The diesel is a bit noisier. The diesel sounds more like a truck. Yeah, you know, 4x4 trucks and all, it sounds more like that. And this one, it still sounds, but it's not as higher as, and there's no abnormal noise like ka, 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 ka. Also check out for tick noise like ka, ka, ka. There's especially on the Hemi engines, Dodge with the 5.7 engine, Tritons, they normally got the tick issue. So always check out for like the noise when you start it, and then try to give it a smooth rev. Don't go and step on someone's car. I'll slap you if you do that. Me, if you come to me, you come and do that nonsense, I'll slap you. That thing will damage your engine. You don't do that, especially when you start the car right away. You don't rev. The engine needs to flow. It needs to lube. That sounds serious, man. It needs to lube the engine before you intend to. Don't just go and you do that, I take you out, I slap you. I tell you to go home. So just give it a little rev, and then listen to the sound. Then you rev a little. If you are with a friend, you can even tell the friend to sit and then give it a little rev whilst you go back, look at the exhaust, check if there is any smoke. If there is smoke, it also means there's a problem. Either it depends on the color of the smoke. If it's black, I think that got to do with fuel. It all depends on the tire and how massive the smoke. If it's a big like smoke, like big smoke, then you might want to run away. But if it's a minor smoke, sometimes it depends. And if it's a diesel engine, then it's normal, because diesel, they tend to smoke. But it's not supposed to smoke like heavily. It's supposed to like normal smoke, not abnormal. So these are the little tips that I'm going to give anyone who does not have any mechanical knowledge on vehicles, who wants to get his or her first car in Canada or wherever in the world. I mean, it doesn't matter wherever you are. And this applies to even a motorbike. But motorbike, I mean, there will be less inspection because it's small. So these are some of the things, the tips and tricks that I would like you guys to go through whenever you are buying a vehicle. And bear in mind, this all depends. It varies from vehicles, cost of vehicles, vehicle conditions. Like I said, it all depends, all right? I cannot post a vehicle for maybe 1,000 and you come and perform all that inspection. I mean, I feel like you are wasting my time, honestly. And for me, when I'm selling a vehicle, I make sure I post all the necessary information about the vehicle. It's like I'm writing an essay. So for me, when I'm selling, there's a bunch of script. You need to go through everything. I tell you everything, like, hey, this car drives, it's idles rough, all you needs to be done, there's clunking noise. Like, I tell you everything. And sometimes people don't even read that. They just see a car, hey, is it available? Send me your location. Bro, read all those things, because the person selling took his, unless if the person did not state it, but refer to all those descriptions. If the person did not specify, then it's a different case. But mostly, they do tell you everything that needs to be done or what's wrong with the vehicle on the description. So try to go through everything, read through everything. That way it makes it easier. You know what to expect when you are going to buy it. And you don't waste your time and the person who is also selling's time. Okay? So I just hope you did enjoy this little educational video. Yeah, this is more like educational. I've actually, this is like a full syllabus. If I was teaching this in school, I'll be charging 100 per hour. But anyway, guys, if you are new, subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you guys can help me. That's the only way I can grow on this platform. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you did enjoy everything that I said, and try to take note. Even if you have to watch what I just said twice, watch it again. It's really going to help you whenever you are getting a vehicle, all right? I do know some guys who cannot even change car tire. It's not, I do know. So it's not everybody who is highly, I mean, educated about this vehicle stuff. So thank you for coming. Do not forget, like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, or if you are viewing a car right now and you have a question about that particular car, drop it in the comment section. If I know, I'll definitely respond. If I don't know, then it might take a while for me to respond. So thank you for coming. I hope you do enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. It's getting late. Let me go home, man.